So hopefully our fingers are crossed that this is going to work. So welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. We are here with Superfood Parents cooking the easiest pizza bagel you ever did see. That means all you need is a bag of bagels. Y'all know I don't eat animals personally. Eat all the animals you like. The main thing here is that your whole food outweighs your processed food. So bread is definitely a processed food. For those of you that don't want bread, then you can always use a thin crust. Some people are doing gluten-free, cauliflower crust. Do okay. I'm here today at Skyline 21 Adult Day Center cooking, and I'm going to show you my whole food. Oh, I got so many whole foods. They're falling out of. I am making with these pizza bagels. I have onions. I have purple cabbage. I have some little peppers. I have a clove of garlic under here as well. So that's four different fruits or vegetables. I always say fruits or vegetables because if it grows out of the ground, I just put them together because like peppers, technically these are fruits, right? But that's one, two, three, four different things. You get 5 points for each fruit and vegetable. That's the goal of every meal, right? So that's 20 points in here. Not to mention, we do have some processed things. So even though our spaghetti sauce or our pasta sauce, sure, there are vegetables in it. Yes, I've checked the label to try to make sure there aren't any extra things that I don't want. Like I don't like dairy in my tomato sauce. So I'm not counting this as a whole food because it is processed. Also, I have a couple of cheeses that I'm going to top this with. So I have a couple of non-dairy cheeses. Now, Chow is one that you can find anywhere. Walmart, Kroger, Harris Teeter, Food Lion, Follow Your Heart brand. Also, you can find anywhere. I chose these two because this one is a cheddar and it's orange. And pizzas, you tend to see white. So this is where I just got the creamy original. And then I have some pepperonis. Hey there, Alimatu Sadia Vlogs. I'm going to get into talking to y'all soon. Let me take it out of the Ziploc because one thing I noticed is that a lot of these things that are plant-based, the packaging, this has a zip top, but I messed it up. So the packaging was good on this, but I messed it up. So these little pepperoni slices, they taste like pepperoni. I'm trying to show them to you here, but we're going to get to it because these are quick. These are easy bougie prepper. So we can just get our fire started and get it going. Now, if you have not sent a text message with the word faves, FAVES to 757-231-9361. Do so. That way you can get alerts, you can stay in the loop. And you all, I was trying to fix my signal this morning because we got a lot of issues here, okay, with the connection. So I apologize in advance for any glitching. Just let me know, you all, because I know like Alimatu Sadia Vlogs, Alimatu Sadia, you're out in Kuwait. Let me know if you all can hear me and see me okay, right? Bougie Prepper, I forget what state you're in. I think you're in Georgia, but I might be making that up. Or you might be in Tennessee. We know that Gale at Night is in Georgia. So thank you, Gale at Night, for reminding people to put in hashtag health heroes. We always nominate a health hero today. I'm going to start by chopping my garlic and my cabbage first. Y'all know we want to release the beneficial things from the cabbage. That's the sulforaphane and some of the other nutritional benefits that happen when you chop it. We also want to chop our garlic because our garlic has the allicin in it. And so when you chop your garlic and you let it sit for a few minutes, that's how you get, all the beneficial things. Okay, yeah, you in South Carolina. That's where my people from. That's why I like you, Bougie Prepper. I like TWP popcorn too. He's up in Michigan in the cold states. I don't like that part. But what I do like is that TWP popcorn always comes in with hashtag health heroes. So thank you for that as well. And y'all know what to do. Click the like button if you like this. If you don't, I've got a different setup. Y'all know I'm left-handed, so I'm going to try to do everything on this left side. This way I can turn the camera from the prep station here over to the pot when I start cooking. Y'all know anytime I make a red sauce, I definitely try to put in purple cabbage. That means if you're making spaghetti, if you're making lasagna, if you're making shells, if you're making, you can, and thank you, Bougie Prepper, for putting in hashtag health heroes. You can level up your food by putting in purple cabbage. The nutritional benefits are so wonderful for you. Thank you, Alimatu. I appreciate that for you putting in hashtag health heroes. All right. So y'all know, let's get it. Let's get it. We're making these pizzas, right? My signal is not the best. So I'm going to see what else I can do to fix that. I'm going to close a few things. If you all are ever experiencing connection issues, this is what you do. You close all extra windows that you don't need, turn off the music, do all the things, right? And of course, if you can't eat vegetables, then you know what to do as well. Head on over to energybits.com. I eat these green pills every day. I feed them to my kids because they like to play around with the fruits and vegetables. So when you do that, it's beneficial for you. So thank you, Gail at Night, for reminding people that they can do that. Um, let's see here. Okay, good. I see you all. Y'all let me know how the sound is. I'm just going to start chopping up garlic and cabbage, and I am going to get into story time because while I'm here at Skyline 21 Adult Day Center, I have to tell you all about what's happening and, give you all a few updates. Okay. So I'm going to start with the garlic. Those are small, and hopefully y'all can see right there on the side camera up close and personal how this is working with this. So we've got a couple of people in here. Thank you, Gail at Night, for saying that the sound is good. Even if I'm glitching a little bit, you always want your videos to sound good. So back to story time. Y'all know I'm a nurse, and if you don't know, now you know. So anyway, I'm a nurse. I work at night, overnight. I was at work last night, actually. I work several nights a week, and oh my goodness, y'all, there's a nurse that I work with. This is what I really like. Y'all know I talk a lot, and I meet the best people. So nurses, you tend to think like, oh, they're just nurses, right? I have a nurse that I work with. She's so dynamic, and we were talking this morning when I was getting off, and she was like, "You always seem to know something about everything," and I was like, "Oh, well, I do a lot of stuff, and that's why I know a lot about a lot of things." Like, before before 2020, I did some video editing. Like, I would definitely figure things out. Anania. All right, y'all. Sorry. I had to give a shout out to a loved one in the chat. Um, anyways, so and the reason why the whole point of this story, y'all, is to say yes. Because when I tell you I'm a yes person, so when everything stopped and we all had to sit down and be still, I got a chance to sit back and learn something new. Our in-person shows had stopped. They have picked back up since then. So our in-person shows had stopped. And so this is where I said, okay, um, everybody's going online. Let me just do it. I wanted to learn how to edit better, and I always wanted to use my phone. Now, my vision is really good. It's not as good. I will say I noticed a difference looking at the screen all those hours editing and stuff. My vision, I have seen a decline in the past years. Now, this is where all these fruits and vegetables will help you. It does not just help your knees, it helps everything, vision included. Y'all know I sun gaze, I look at the sun, all that stuff. So, my point good is because a lot of people don't work on their phone because they're like, yeah, I can't see the screen, or it's just a hardship. I got fat fingers, whatever. Now you can use a stylus, for those people that say that it might be cumbersome for them to use a stylus, but okay, whatever. One thing that I found living with somebody who's been blind, I've been blind 30 years, y'all, because that's how long the person I'm with has been blind. Um, Living that life, I started to notice that a lot of people can't see as well either. A lot of people, they will go to a restaurant and they will just kind of picture read. They look at the menu and they look at the pictures and they kind of just pick something because they don't want to go through the fine print of what's in that dish. And that's why they will complain a lot of times once they get their food. Oh, I wanted that to be more like XYZ. And I'm sitting there like, well, it says right there that it has that sauce on it. If you like your things without a creamy sauce, the picture did show that, but also it said on the instructions that description that it also had a lot of garlic in it, or it had this in it, or whatever. Um, you know, I have good vision and I practice good vision. Foods like purple cabbage, adding these things, garlic. Garlic is a natural antibiotic, right? Um, The sulforaphane in cabbage is a powerful antioxidant, which means it cleans up all those free radicals, anything that's in your system damaging you. And so this is why I eat a lot of these foods, right? They do taste good. They also help me out so that I can do everyday things and it's not a challenge. I can say yes to more things. So when it was time for me in 2020 to figure out how to edit and how to get a mobile editor, so that way, whenever I had time, when I'm waiting for the kids at one of their lessons or something like that, hey, Sheila, thanks for sharing it out. Then it was easier for me to do those things, you know? And so I'm saying this because when I was talking to the nurse, we were talking about just, a few different things. And she's like, man, you know so much about so much. I'm like, yeah. When I had my kids, like when I had my first daughter, we were on tour when she was 3 months old. And this was before GPS, y'all. I had to do MapQuest to figure out, okay, where are we going to stay? The hotel versus where our shows are. My mom would travel with us as a nanny. And so this way she could be at the hotel watching my child, but I still had to make sure that I had all of the other things in check, right? Um, the hotel, where, how to get to the next place. So if that meant printing out the directions from MapQuest, that's what I had to do, right? Which meant I had to also figure out how to navigate the computer. Yesterday, I was in a training session with somebody, a consultation, I'll call it, because I was training her, where I was showing her how to use some of the tech that we have for her new venture that she's starting. She's in charge of a department, and she was like, how do I organize this? How do I do this and that? We spent a couple of hours, and at the end of that, we had an outline set up. We had a form for her to use, like a Google form for people to submit, their stuff to. And we also had a description page. Like, we had an informational page for people. That way, when she's directing and managing them, she can tell them what their roles are. She can show them what their roles are. And then she can send them the form so they can choose their roles. She can put them in their roles, all of those good things. So I'm going to show you all what I have on the cutting board, okay? Because if you don't know, on the cutting board, these are faves, fruits and vegetables, every spread. And Anania, and bravo with Sheila, I apologize if the signal is not great. If everything is a little bit slow or glitchy, y'all let me know if the screen is clear or slow, because on my end, it says I have a slower signal. I just want you to see how much of the garlic, and I use three cloves of garlic, right? So that's there, the 3 cloves of garlic. And then I have about a cup and a half of the purple cabbage, okay? So you don't need a whole lot. And remember that the purple cabbage will also wilt down. So that's the nice part about it. Now with these pizzas, the nice thing about these is that they are tasty, they're handheld, and y'all know it's summertime. So that means that if you're going to the beach, I go to the beach a lot. I take my kids to the beach a lot. Really, that's the main reason. I started taking them when they were little. Like when the littlest one couldn't even walk, I would take them because we live near the beach. Growing up, we were so heavily indoctrinated in church, we couldn't wear pants, which meant we couldn't wear a bathing suit or even shorts. You couldn't show your body a certain way, so we couldn't go to the beach. And we live right here. And of course, my brothers, though, they can swim like fish because they were allowed to go, but us girls, we couldn't get our hair wet and all of that kind of stuff. Oh, thank you so much for the feedback, Anania. It's clear, no apologies needed, whether slow or fast. The information is getting through. Wonderful, because people like She Stole My Thunder are watching from Canada, right along with Coach Mary Ma. So good to see you. And Coach Mary Ma is saying purple cabbage looking yummy. I call it purple cabbage too. A lot of people say red cabbage, like when you look it up in the supermarket, but it's purple. So I thank you for hanging out, Ali Matu. I saw you had a premiere today. No, I think it was yesterday, talking about being a caregiver out there in Kuwait. Y'all know, as a caregiver here in the States, I can talk about that briefly. I took a break from being a caregiver. Now, I'm a skilled nurse. I can, a lot of my patients have ventilators, trachs, breathing issues, respiratory issues, and all of that. So back when I took a break, though, because it just wasn't paying enough. I actually could get paid more delivering for Amazon. And so when I tell you, at one point I took a break and I delivered for Amazon. I've also delivered for Jason's Deli. DoorDash. Now, there's something about food that I just love, and I absolutely love food delivery. Okay. So I will say that food delivery is in my blood because I love to drive. I think that's the combination. I love to drive. And it's not that I'm interested in what the people are eating. Love finding new restaurants. So this is the perk to DoorDash to get paid for, actually going to take people their food and to get paid for not doing any of the work, just picking up the package and handing it to them. When I worked at restaurants, if you were not serving, you were doing side work, rolling silverware, sweeping the floor, making salads or whatever. I used to work at a cafe. Speaking of cafe, y'all know, um, with this particular cafe, this was at my first child. So I was still working as a nurse. All this time, y'all, I was working at a nurse as a nurse. So back when I worked for a cafe, yes, they did sell coffee. Thank you so much. She stole my thunder. We would do everything. We would cook, we would sweep the floor, we would clean up, we would open up, we would close, all of those things. I'm trying to show y'all, I got a super chat. I'm trying to say thank you to She Stole My Thunder. This knife is working as a mirror. This Cutco knife. This is in my Amazon shop. It's the only knife I own. Let me see if I can. Hey, there it is. Thank you so much. She Stole My Thunder. I appreciate the coins. Let's drop some coins. So when I worked at the cafe, we had to do everything, right? Count money in the register, just every job there was, we were doing it. So I said, okay. And same thing with, different people did different things at some of the other restaurants I worked at. I worked at a few chain restaurants as well. So anyways, my point is that when I worked at those places, we had to do everything. But this is why I love food delivery. We just show up, get the bag, go drop it off, right? And I learned about new neighborhoods. I learned about new restaurants. So it's great if you're a curious person like me. Yes, then Grubhub, all of those gigs, they pay well. When we were in the lockdown and people were ordering a lot of food because they wanted to stay home, I could make about $300 a day and I didn't have to work all day. That was what was nice as well. So with this pepper, I'm just going to cut up a yellow and a red pepper. And once I get these two chopped up, I'm going to put everything in the pan. I am going to put it on just a little bit of water in there with it. Oh, you know what, Isaiah, can you give me the water out of that black bag, please? Oh, no, I have it. I'm sorry. I took it out already. Thank you, Isaiah, for I saw you about to get up already. Thank you. I appreciate your help. Y'all know I talk about Skyline 21 a lot, being one of my favorite places. And this is the reason why there's always so much help here. The people here are generous. They're kind. I can't stop saying yes. It's a reciprocal relationship. So here's the thing that you always want to take away. If you're eating food, you don't want to eat food that only does bad things for you, right? So the pizza I'm cooking, it is going to make my stomach feel good. My stomach never rumbles when I eat food like this. Let me see what She Stole My Thunder is saying. She said, you give, I give, we all give. Sharing is caring. Thank you. I appreciate that. She Stole My Thunder. You're the best. So basically, though, you want every relationship to be reciprocal. Some people would call it transactional, right? But meanwhile, you just want to make sure that you're doing everything that you give, even if you don't get it back from that location, you're getting it back. When you give, you automatically get back. That's true. However, you want to also make sure that wherever you're working, whatever relationships you're in, make sure that something is coming back to you so that you aren't feeling as if, okay, I don't know how much longer I can do this, because it really is a one-sided, situation. You don't want that in your life. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn the camera around. I tried to set it up today so that I can literally just turn the camera around to the pot, and let's see. Perfect. We can see inside of there. And then I'm going to lift up this chopping board and put everything into the pot with a little bit of water. So I'll move this over to the big screen so y'all can see how much water I'm putting in. So let me ask y'all, do y'all like onions, peppers by themselves, or do y'all like it better cooked with something? Cooked with something? You like them better raw or cooked? You do? I like them better cooked too. They say we're supposed to eat raw foods every day. Try to eat as many raw foods, but I like my food cooked. Y'all know I only got 3 good teeth. You say what now? Yeah, because you know all this crunching, and I ain't got so many teeth. Like I said, I can't. Isaiah, do you like onions and peppers? You do? Okay, good. Now these are going to be in the sauce. So this is the nice part about this. These are going to be cooked into the sauce. Okay. So I have a question for y'all that are in here. Y'all can vote. Now I have these crumbles that turn out tasting more like a ground meat. Do you want me to add that to the sauce so that it's a meat sauce that way, or do you just want pepperoni on top? Y'all tell me. Okay, we're gonna try the meat sauce to see how much it replicates the meat sauce. I like that. All right. Hey there, Audrey's living life. She's saying good morning. LaQuita in the chat. Y'all know Audrey's living life is a wonderful person that is also a grower. She's growing food. She's in those reciprocal relationships where she's like, let me make some food that's gonna help me and make me feel good, right? So I just have a little bit of water at the bottom. Y'all saw I only have maybe 3 or 4 tablespoons of water. I'm gonna cover this up so those can get soft, and then I'm gonna come over here and talk to y'all. Okay. Oh, see, Coach Mary Ma prefers onions cooked already. I do as well. Let's see. Ania, she says she likes onions cooked with something. You know what? I like them cooked because they stay on your breath way too long if you don't cook them, right? Like real talk, they just stay with you. Yeah. And you know, and I will say this. When I can't even say I ever didn't have cavities. But here's the issue. If you don't have cavities, so people like Coach Mary Ma, she's from Cameroon, right? So y'all know I'm Cameroonian right now, by the way. In case y'all didn't know, I'm Cameroonian. They would do industrial farming. So when you eat real food, it changes your bite. So you have more of a straight bite. You don't get cavities and all of that kind of stuff. So this is why you'll see people like Coach Mary Ma, or she's from Cameroon, or like somebody from like Ali Matu Sadia Vlog, she's from Ghana. They will have this pretty white smile, and you're like, how are all your teeth lined up? It's the food. When you eat more whole foods, scientifically speaking, the doctors talk about it. It changes your bite. When you eat more processed foods, your teeth don't have to do the same work, and so that's how they start to crowd and they start to do different things. So I'm just saying, y'all might want to go along with She Stole My Thunder because she prefers her onions raw, but if they're cooked, only lightly. So that way, it's usually the last thing she puts in the dish. You know, I used to do that as well. I used to put them in at the end so that they would not cook as they would still have some crunch. And then also, when the longer you cook your foods, it does take the light out of your food. And when I say the light, you know, when we get a CAT scan, there's light that shows up inside of us. That light is also in food. So you want to keep as much light. When you cook it, the light leaves. Audrey's Living Life is saying, oh, you like onions both ways. Love your onion breath. So here are some tips for onion breath. First of all, don't have cavities. When I tell you all these little cracks and spaces, that's where the onions stick and stay. And to keep your onion breath, you can mitigate that with oil pulling. Olive oil, not olive oil, what do you call it? Coconut oil is one of the main oils I use for oil pulling. It's like a natural floss when you oil pull. And when you oil pull, it'll get everything out from between your teeth. Thank you, Ali Matu, for putting in hashtag Health Heroes. And Coach Mary Ma is putting it in too, but she's also laughing. Another thing that will get rid of onion breath is lemon or lime. So this is why a lot of times if I'm eating raw onions, I'll squeeze lime and let the chopped onions sit in the lime for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, as long as I can. You still have the fresh taste of the onion. It still has a nice crunch. It's still quite fresh. I'm gonna put this up, y'all, so the camera doesn't get hot. And then what else? Another thing for onion breath, if you're eating raw onions, oil pulling, lime, and cloves. I keep cloves in my purse. I'll show you all here how I do it. I keep cloves in my purse. Cloves are a natural antiseptic as well. They will freshen your breath. So you can keep a clove if you have a toothache or if you have any issues. I have a crown that always has issues. Y'all don't ever get a root canal. They talk about that, like leaving that tooth in there is not good for you. So this bag here, it has my SuperFood Parents stickers, right? Inside here, in order to keep up with this little bag, Y'all know what this is. This little dime bag. See, now this ain't what y'all think it is, though. This is these are cloves in here. Okay. So thank you, Audrey's Living Life, for putting in hashtag health heroes. And remember, if you all are trying to, okay, I'm making sure that doesn't get too hot. Matter of fact, I'm going to turn this camera off for a second so that way we know we're not cooking it. Let's just pull that back from the fire. We're going to just look at me. All right. Yep. Uh-oh, y'all. I'm pulling out the dime bag here. Okay. So here we go. Let me show y'all what's in this dime bag and how you can use this. Remember, this is a solution for onion breath or to prevent onion breath or whatever. All right. So as you all click the like button, you have your little baggie here and it has cloves in it. And the reason why it's dusty looking is because when you pour the cloves out, as you see, they're brown. Okay. So let me show you what the clove looks like. Gail at night over here laughing at my dime bags. You know about that, huh? All right. So there's just one little clove. In this little clove, you put it in your mouth and put it between your cheek and the tooth that you might have an issue with. So on this side is where I have that root canal done. And then I have a crown that don't never behave. So I keep it there and it keeps that from flaring up so much. Okay. And then you can also chew it as it gets soft. You can chew it up and it'll freshen your breath. You can chew, and as it gets soft, you'll have small pieces, and you can even smell it when you're talking. You're like, oh, something smells good. Cinnamony, all spicy, clovey. That's what it is, right? So those are 3 different ways for you to mitigate your onion breath. So I just put it right back in here with my Superfood Parent stickers, which are upside down, but y'all know that's what they are. You put these on your water. Oh Lord, this is burning. Y'all smell that? Let me add some more water to the pot. So this is how you know your food is doing too much. I didn't put enough water in there. So I'm just going to add a little bit more water because we want the vegetables to get soft, but we don't want them to stick and burn. Okay, we don't want that. So as you all put in hashtag health heroes, we will be choosing a superfood hero. Now, remember, I know not everybody is eating their vegetables. Remember, you can always go to energybits.com and you can use the code SUPER20 when you check out. That way you can get those little chlorella and spirulina pills that I eat. Hey, she stole my thunder, says, I'm good in my hood. I thought it said I'm good in hood at first. I'm like, girl, you ain't hood, you in Canada. I thought all the people in Canada were nice, sweet people. You know, we love being hood rich here in the States, though. Everybody, oh, wait, my dime bag is falling. Okay, I'm gonna put this food back on the fire. I'm gonna put this back on the fire and I'm gonna put the lid back on it. And I'm gonna go ahead and put some seasonings in here because they've already softened up. I'm gonna show you all what it's looking like, okay? I'll turn this camera back on, bring it down a little bit so you all can see what we got going on here, okay? Then I'll get my dime bag together. So if you all have not been to rolljava.com, I do encourage you to head on over there and head on over to Roll Java. And I think y'all can see that, right? There's not a lot of water in here, but the vegetables are now soft already, just that quick. So all I'm going to do seasonings to them. I'll show y'all that. Oh no, I got to also add the meat for the meat sauce. Okay. Yeah. Because what that does, what it is, because it gets soft. Y'all head on over to Buy Me a Coffee. You can always support us on Buy Me a Coffee. Maybe that'll help me get my internet right. And DJ is, I had your music playing earlier. Hey. However, what had happened was the my signal is just not so strong today, making these bagel pizzas. So let me show y'all what I'm about to put in here. These are pea crumbles. So if anybody has pea protein crumbles, these are pea protein crumbles in this bag. They're on my Amazon shop, so you can order them. They just look like little dry crumbles. I'll show you as I pour them in the pan. They just rehydrate with water. So this is why I'm saying you put them in here now. I'll put in about a cup, and they're going to rehydrate to be a meaty texture. All you need is water, because if you're going to rehydrate, you rehydrate with water, and then you put your seasonings in there and you are good to go. So right, that way these can kind of get covered up, soaked up, and then I'll also season all of this however I want it to be seasoned. So this way too, this is a way to, if you're trying to be economical with ground beef, red meat, if you don't eat red meat, this is a way to mitigate all of that, to make sure that you are not spending a lot of money on red meat or eating red meat if you don't want red meat. I'm going to hit this with two of my favorite things, my adobo seasoning, my body al sazon complete. However, I have been gifted from the Love and Live show the bomb.com seasoning. Now, the bomb.com seasoning, this one was a little bit spicy the other day, so I won't put a lot in there. That's why I'm going back to two of my old favorites, because the bomb.com, I don't want people to be too, have too much of a kick with that one. All right. Anybody that can't do spices or spicy food, I don't want to set them up. You know what I mean? I'll turn this up just a little bit. And then we're going to do our giveaway. This is just about done, y'all. The nice thing is, once the food is done, I put in and I just start to assemble the pizzas. So that's it. Like, that's what makes this easy, right? If you don't want to chop your vegetables, you can put your vegetables into the food processor and just pulse them. That also makes it easy for you, all right? So y'all can get the bomb.com. Thank you for dropping their link right there, Gail at Night, so they know where they can get the bomb.com seasoning from, loveandliveshop.com. And I do want to talk about the Love and Live Shop. That's a free website they're using. So even if you don't want to buy anything, head over there and look at what you can do with the Square site. Y'all know how you can just download the Square app and you can just start taking payments. Well, when you look at their products, like how your products are set up, you can quickly make a website from your products. That's how Square works. So if you're interested in seeing how a free Square shop looks, it can be very beautiful. It can be very easy. And I have been using Square Shop with my nonprofit, Atumpan Edutainment, for about 10 years, I guess. So that means, like, if you go to rolljava.com and you support me by buying coffee there, that supports my nonprofit, right? However, if you, I'm going to see if I have any oregano since I'm making a pizza sauce or whatever. Oh, I got basil. I really like basil, but I do have oregano. So I'm going to make sure I put some oregano in there. Anytime you have pizza, spaghetti, you kind of want that flavor too. But basically, I've been using Square for a very long time. Okay. So if you are using, sorry, y'all, this is like interesting with this heat. I'm about to cook the camera so it won't even turn on. I'm going to throw a little bit of basil in there too. Y'all know your herbs are also natural antibiotics. So like vegetables are good for you, but the herbs, so let's just say like vegetables are like everyday maintenance. Vegetables are like taking a shower, right? But then herbs are like flossing or shampooing your hair. Some things that you might not do every day, or clipping your toenails. That's how the herbs are. They really keep you on top of things, okay? So, Deacon Emery, would you like to taste this, please? Okay. So I'm going to give you a spoon with just this for a cup. I do have these cups. Remember last week I found these cups? I'm going to give you this cup so that way you can taste this before I even add the red sauce. Okay. Now, the main thing you want to pay attention to is the texture. Like, is it meaty? How's the flavor? What's going on here? That's what you want to pay attention to. And then I have a spoon here for you. Yep, look at Gabe already reaching. Let me get over here to the big screen so y'all can see me and not everything that's going on down there. All right, we're going to see what the results are. Say what now? He says it's real good. Okay, so I'm gonna. That's it. And you. Now that's with anything though, because just imagine if you're cooking ground beef and you don't put any seasonings in it at all, it don't taste like nothing, right? So this is the same thing, y'all. Just because you're not cooking with animals does not mean that you want to be cooking without seasoning. Because what he just said is, this is good. I'm gonna turn this down some because it's done. All I gotta do now is throw in the red sauce. I'm going to put some. I just saw the whole thing go black. So I'm gonna put some samples in these cups, and when they cool off, pass them out. Okay. So that way, even when Chantel and everybody gets here, they can see exactly what we're using. And remember, this is 20 points worth of fruits and vegetables because most people are eating for the meat and the seasonings. Well, if you're eating for the meat and the seasonings, you might as well throw the vegetables in it, right? You might as well. This is what is going to heal us and to help us. So let's see. Coach Mary Ma is saying the hot sauce is made by Love and Live Show themselves. Yeah, they do sell hot sauce. See, I can see you went to that website, didn't you? So, and you know what, Coach? I got to get back with you too, because I saw your message and I have a few different solutions if you want to create, and these are old solutions if you want to create anything. This is what I used to use before I use what I have now. So I have these cups here. I don't know if I'll make 6 cups, 6 sample cups. I'm going to throw in the red sauce, and then we are going to start to assemble these pizzas, okay? But Love and Live Show, they do make their own hot sauce. Absolutely, they do. And they make several different kinds. And I have hot sauce from them as well. So I am just going to pour in this jar of sauce. I'll be honest, I will put a pinch of sugar in because I do always add a pinch of sugar to my hot sauce. I mean, to my red sauces. I'm going to get the rest of the sauce out of here. Y'all know how we do, right? You get all the red sauce. You put in a little bit of water. And you just shake it up. So you don't want to leave behind, right? No sauce left behind. Y'all know they were leaving children behind when they said no child left behind. That wasn't true. Kids were left behind, left and right. Let's see. Coach Mary Ma, you said you're open to all the workable solutions, old or new. I have one for you. I just have to send it. Y'all know what? A lot of times when I go to work at night, they say don't work at work. You're only supposed to do the job that you're at. Well, it depends on whose laws you're working off of, because I have my own philosophy, which is if I'm at work and there's nothing else to do, I've done everything I can do, then I'm doing something for me. Here we go. We got a pinch of sugar in there. So that way, once we get it all set up, it'll be ready. So Deacon Emery, I am going to give you the a taste of this. Okay. Can I do that? Yes, I can. And thank you all. Y'all know that my website, superfoodparents.com, is scrolling right at the very bottom. Coach Mary Ma is one of the sponsors for the show, so we appreciate all the love from her. You can become a sponsor by going to buymeacoffee.com. All the membership options are there. So I'm going to switch the camera over so y'all can see. I'm going to switch the camera over so y'all can see this. Do you have this on in the other room, by the way, so he can watch it? Oh, okay, good. Good. I just didn't want him to be bored or anything. All right. So let me say this. She said, you better not be caught, girl. Let me say this. When you are at work and there's nothing else to do but stuff for yourself, this is why I do a lot of stuff on my phone. Because when you're working on your phone, you can do whatever you want, right? You don't have to conform to other people's anything. All right. So that being, you said, say that again. You said it's a good pizza sauce, right? So I'm gonna see if I have a container in here to put this pizza sauce into. I can't remember if I do or don't. I thought I brought my bowl. Y'all have any bowls of any sort? Yes. I don't know what kind of bowl you need, but I got this tape. So this pizza sauce will work, as you can see, for spaghetti, for lasagna. Thank you. You know what I mean? This is what I was saying about this particular red sauce. Use this as your foundation for any red sauce, y'all. Any red sauce, okay? So let's go back to being caught at work working. Now, once you've done all that you can for your patient, your job, this is why at the restaurants, they will always have you, ooh, they will always have you, do you have another bowl? Uh-oh. At your jobs, they will always have you doing things like busy work because they don't want you working on your phone. However, when I'm at my job, I'm private duty. I only have one person. So they don't mind you in your day. You're in a home setting, so they want you to treat the family as a family member. So a lot of times, I have played games with the patient, the client, whatever you want to call them. They used to call patients. Then they switched them over to clients. Y'all, let me tell you, I don't know what to call them, so I just call them both. Anyways, and they also don't mind sometimes if you take time for yourself. So this is where you got to make sure that you are in a position to work the best situation for you. Okay. And then there's no such thing as getting caught, right? All you do is get caught being productive. And that's all you want to be doing, right? You want to be careful, but you also you also want to be productive. That's the main thing. So let's see here. How are we going to do this? I am going to put this bowl here. I think I can separate these two and use them separately to put the rest of the sauce over here, because what I want to do is use this pan. Typically, I would just assemble the pizzas and put them in the toaster oven for the cheese to melt. But since we don't have a second cook spot, I just want the cheese to melt. So that's really the only reason I'm using this pan a second time. Y'all know I'm a one pot person. Like typically I would boil my noodles first in this one pot right here. And then after I boil the noodles, what I do is what do I do after I boil the noodles? Make the sauce and then just throw the noodles back in this pot. Yep. So I'm going to wipe this out. We are going to do our Faves Hero giveaway right now. So that way, while the cheese melts on these, you all can be winning. Okay. So this is nice. And y'all know this pan is in my Amazon shop. I love this pot because it's easy to clean. It's manageable, all the things, right? And even when I wash it, it's fairly easy to clean. Even if something gets stuck on it, I don't necessarily have to worry about like scraping it and working real hard to get it clean. Okay, so I'm going to assemble these pizzas and we're going to show you how this works, okay? Get my gloves back on since I'm cooking for other people and I'm not at home. Y'all know when I'm at home, it's like when you're at home. We don't even put things on. So let's get to it. You at home, you just wash your hands. You just go for it. Uh-oh, Coach Mary Ma, you already waiting with your plate. I know that's right. And I see that, oh, Sheila, make sure you put the E in Health Heroes, okay? So this way, when I pull up the giveaway, you can see, how it should look. So I'll show you right here, right now, what we want to do. HEALTH, and then another HEROES. So get all of those in there, right? Okay. So let's put these together. Because as you all see, most of the time has been kind of just talking and stuff like that. This is something that you can make at home to take on a picnic, to take to the beach, right? Because it's summer, to take on a field trip. And remember, pizza, y'all know pizza is good, hot, cold, lukewarm, all of those things. So that's the nice thing about pizza as well. It's quite forgiving. Thank you, Bravo with Sheila, for fixing your hashtag Health Heroes. So using these little bagels, what I do is you can just pull them apart. They're already kind of pre-sliced. So what I do is I just slice it a little bit more to make sure they kind of open up evenly. There we go. And I'm just going to be putting them in the pan face up, okay? Because I'm just going to put all the toppings on, and then I am going to turn on the heat on low, so that way the bottom will toast a little bit. I'll put the lid on, the cheese will melt. And while the cheese is melting, this is non-dairy cheese, but it will melt. While the cheese is melting, we will be doing our Faves 100 giveaway. So we're going to see who is a plant-powered titan today. All right. I'll do this one last one, and then we can get going. Did y'all have any questions so far about this pizza? So you feeling good about it, huh? No. You said definitely, right? Mm-hmm. Right. We know who's going to tear it up. Yes.
No, but it's delicious. I'm waiting for the cheese and everything. I want to see the finished product.
Right, because you tasted this cheese the other week too. Mm-hmm. So what I like to do is, let me switch the cameras around so y'all can see in the pot, so y'all can really see how I'm doing this. Okay, bless you. Because it does not have to be super neat or anything. That's the nice part about it. You'll see what I'm saying. When you put the sauce on, it's going to soak in a little bit. So you just spread it out onto your bagel. Hopefully y'all can see this okay. And don't worry about the hole either. If it falls through the hole, right now it's in this pan. But also, some people lay down a layer of cheese first. I usually don't. I usually just throw the cheese on. And the sauce will soak into the bread. So that's why you can be heavy on the sauce. Uh-oh. The curves on this pan is making this a little more difficult. Let's see. Let's fix this up. Uh-oh, we got people over here about to lose their voice coughing. I hope you're all right, baby. All right. And then we sprinkle cheese, and then we just add pepperoni, and boom, we let it melt. And the non-dairy cheese, it melts, I guess, about the same time as any other cheese. You know, it starts to melt very well. Follow Your Heart brand does, and so does who else melts pretty good that I'm using today? Trying to think. This is Chow. When they call it creamy shreds, they really are creamy. I'll say that much. So remember, y'all, anything that grows from the ground has fiber, and it also has antioxidants. So all of those things are healing. Fiber is exceptionally healing. We always hear the marketing around protein, which is not healing. It's a building block, like our body uses protein as building blocks. And these pea protein crumbles that I have here, those are high in protein. Sure, they are. But we want to always make sure that we're balancing our life, balancing ourselves, and all of that kind of stuff. So I'll just sprinkle on some of this chow. All right. And this is the creamy one. So we'll go ahead and put that on. And the nice thing about it all being in here is that you can sprinkle it on fairly quickly. Okay. He already eating something over there. Oh, did you want to give him the sample of the meat in this cup? All right, he'll be back. I don't think he can hear me. He went too far away. The other room that he's checking on. So put as much or as little cheese as you want, but remember this is the non-dairy cheese that we're using. So I got that spread out on each one. Then I'll add my pepperoni pieces. Now the way I do my pepperonis on these small pizzas is I just cut them into 4s. That way I can just lay them onto the pizzas in little pieces, you know. Did you want to, I was going to say, you could have given them these sample cups because these are cooled off. All right. So, and I do, but look down. Oh, okay. Also, the pepperoni. Have you tasted this pepperoni before?
For me?
Yes.
No.
Okay. I'll give you one of these to taste as well because These are surprisingly delicious. And I say surprising because people will take that piece. People will try it and they say, "Oh, that's not an actual animal. That's not an actual pig." So we all know that tastes like pepperoni, right? And we all know that bacon is delicious, pepperoni is delicious. However, unlike carrots don't cause high blood pressure, heart attacks, and all of that. Pepperoni and bacon does. So, and that being said, if we're trying to preserve our vital organs, because they kind of keep us, they're kind of vital. Yeah, that's why we're making other choices here today. Because it's good for where our outsides can look good, feel good, and we can have that reciprocal relationship with everything. Where whatever we're benefiting from, it benefits us. All right, so that's done. Now I'm just gonna turn the heat on. Let's do our faves giveaway because y'all, we are done with the show. Like y'all have seen how to assemble this. Coach Mary Ma says it's looking really yummy. I'm telling you, this is an easy peasy recipe. And this is a sauce that you're using very little of the sauce, right? That you made. So once you're done with this, you can make shells with to make a lasagna or spaghetti. Just boil some noodles, right? And you can also make quesadillas, use it as a dip. There are so many ways to use this. All right. Boom. The pizzas are done other than the cheese being melted. So it's time for us to do our Faves 100 giveaway. And let's see who is today's winner. All right. So I'm going to switch the camera back to me so that you all can see me on the big screen again. All right. Let me switch it over, switch it over. I apologize for any slow signals today. Oh, look, let me put the lid up here and turn this bad boy on so the cheese can melt. All right, y'all, Faves 100 giveaway. Here we go. Let's add it to the stage, and we are going to see who are today's Faves 100 heroes. If you have not put in hashtag help heroes, you know what to do. Put that in right now because we're about to draw. All right, let's see. We've got, you okay? Oh, what's good? What did he try? You, oh, you tried this one in the cup? Yeah, that's good, right? We already at the super slap situation. It looks like the super slap sign off where so far people are loving this. Okay, so our Phase 100 giveaway. Let's see who is our hero today. I'm just talking so y'all can have time to put it in if you have not. But this show is only an hour or less, so we're done. We are pretty much finished. Let me go ahead and do the giveaway and see what happens here. Ready, set. Ooh, let me turn this pot down so we don't burn anything. Now that the heat is in there, I just turned it down so it can just go. Draw. Okay, I'll just live in life. Ali Matu Sadia, Bouger Prepper, Coach Mary Ma, Sheila, TWP Popcorn, Bravo Sheila Network, TWP Popcorn, Coach Mary Ma, Ali Matu Sadia, TW again. TWP Popcorn won yesterday. He won today. He is a winner and he wins so often. I don't know what he's doing, how he's making this happen, but he keeps winning. That means that he is an automatic plant powered titan. Okay. He is called, we're giving him that title. When you win the Faves 100 Hero giveaway, you are an automatic plant powered titan. So that means that he has 80 points worth of fruits and vegetables. I'm trying to put it on the screen, y'all, but it wouldn't come up. Let's see if we can get it on there. Let's see what we can do. Let's add it to the stage. There we go. My signal is slow, but we got it going. Congratulations to you. Coach Mary Ma is dancing in your honor for being a plant-powered titan, TWP Popcorn. Congratulations. And then let's see who else we have here. Let's see who else. If you don't have 80 points worth of fruits and vegetables, right? Because we said in this dish, we had onions, garlic, purple cabbage, and peppers. That was 4. So we got 20 points. just from this meal alone, right? We'll give you another 5 points for the tomato sauce, even though it's processed, right? So that's 25 points. But if you are just having 65 points for the day, because your goal is 100, but hey, 65 points. And of course, if you can't be fancy like like TWP Popcorn, just go on over, subscribe to his channel, and I'm sorry, y'all, my camera went out a little bit. And try to be a Faves Crusader, which with 50 points, all right? And if you want to just discover which Faves hero are you, then you know what to do. Head on over to superfoodparents.com/track faves. We have a form there so you can see how to track your faves on a daily basis. Faves, fruits and vegetable spread. All right, it is time to give somebody a sample of this pizza, okay? So I'm going to grab one out of here. I have a feeling the cheese may or may not be melted because I usually don't warm them up this way. I'm going to take a sneak peek and see what's going on up under here. Okay. There's heat inside of there, but I think I'm burning the bottom. I smell something, but I think that might have been burning from earlier. I don't know. Let's see. We'll just see. Who's going to be brave? Gail at Night says, Faves, fruits and vegetables, every spread. Oh, okay, good. You got a plate. Because I was like, woo, what am I putting these on? These bowls ain't going to cut it. All right. So I'll give you one. So that way, while we're on camera, you can let us know how they're working, okay? And we can figure out if these actually slap, okay? Because y'all know what we do. If food slaps, we must clap. So that gives us our super clap sign off. Let's take a look at them and see if they haven't even started melting much, because I keep turning the heat on and off because I didn't want to overdo it. But I'm going to take one out. I'm going to use this spoon. I'm going to see how toasty they look on the bottom. Now, the cheese on the bottom of the pan is melted, but the cheese on the pizzas is not. Uh-oh, y'all, I'm messing things up. This experiment is truly an experiment. All right, try that one, please. And then I'm going to put the lid on and just let these stay warm. And if you taste it and you say it's good, then we can sign off and we can finish serving them up off screen, okay? But we'll see what you say once you try it. Wait, you say I got to make more of these. Hold up. Wait a minute. I think that's our answer, y'all. We can definitely, I'm gonna close off this camera. Uh-oh, he said this is good. All right, so I'll take that camera out of the picture. That way this won't heat up, and it also improves our signal. All right, any comments before we start to clap and get up out of here? Anything that you want to add, please? Tell us what you like about it. Tell us what you're thinking, what you might have expected, and I'll serve up some more. It actually takes, because don't you hate when people take it's like something and then it's like, right. So these are still right. These are still melting. So that's where I said, okay, I'm gonna let these stay in here so these can melt, because we do want the cheese melted. But y'all hear it, we can go ahead on and clap it out because yes, he's like, it actually tastes like pizza. It doesn't taste like you know, somebody was playing, they told, y'all know I don't eat animals, but I don't like giving people food and telling them this is like this is like that. If it's not, we don't want that, right? Also, I like to eat a lot of whole foods. And if I'm eating lentils, I'm gonna call it lentils. I'm not gonna call it bread. You know, a lot of the food with people that don't eat animals, they will say, oh, this is just like XYZ, but it's not. All right. So y'all see what it is, though. We did our thing. We put our foot in it. So let's get out of here. Thank you again for the super chat. She stole my thunder. We're going to crank the music up and we are going to say goodbye. I appreciate you all. Let's clap it out. Hey. Take care, everybody.